It can be hard for parents to stay connected with their kids as their kids start to get older, but it's important to keep conversations open, even as those kids start to go through changes, including puberty. This morning, we're joined by Dr. Emily Ruedinger, an adolescent health expert with UW Health Kids. Dr. Ruedinger, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with the basics. When it comes to puberty, where should parents begin?
Start this conversation early with babies and toddlers. Use the correct terms to describe all of the different parts of their body. And children are naturally curious. So when they ask questions about the body or about reproduction, it's best to answer them factually. That doesn't mean you have to give all the details, just directly answer the question they ask and follow their lead about where they want more details. Kids are usually pretty good about kind of stopping you when they have enough for that conversation. But when you do that, it really tells your kids that they can come to you with any questions that they have and get solid answers. And you want to start them recognizing that early on, that you are a trusted source of information. And it also makes sure that they know what's coming before their body starts to change.
Right, and why is it so important to have these conversations about not only the physical changes that come with puberty, but the emotional ones as well?
Yeah, so you want your kids to recognize that if something comes up, if there's an issue, if there's a question, that you are the person that they can trust to get solid information and that will be there to support them and give them the facts so that they're not going to other sources that may be less accurate or give them information that doesn't align with what you want them to know or recognize as their parent that they're ready to know.
Right, and how often should parents check in with their kids and have these conversations?
Ideally, these conversations would happen really frequently, not as a one-time, talk that perhaps some of us remember from our childhoods, but a series of conversations. If you're telling a child everything about puberty and body changes and reproduction and stuff all in one conversation, it's really overwhelming and they're not going to take too much from it. So that's where it goes back to kind of following their lead and kind of keeping the conversation to what they have asked and allowing them to let you know when they're ready for more information.
All great advice. Thanks so much for joining us this morning and for giving some tips to our parents that are watching.
Thanks for having me.
All right, still to come.